Hello YouTube and welcome Diecast family. Today I thought we try out two colors I got. They're from Splash Paints, and it's first one's a candy teal and the second one is pink. And the pink, it says right above it, use either a silver or a gold base. I'm gonna have to try a gold base on that, but today both of these were coated in the all clad, not the black chrome. They were all coated in this all clad too. Chrome. I used that much of it, filled up my airbrush probably 3 or 4 times, but I painted 9 or 10 cars. So this goes on in one coat. It's a lot like the mulatto, but I think it's more forgiving. But I think the mulatto is more of a chrome look. I'll do a comparison video if you guys want to see that. Just comment down below and we'll compare the mulatto to the all clad. Now the all clad, you have to put down a shiny black base, which is really cheap and really big. So, and you only need like one shiny coat of this. So like I did one light coat and then one heavy coat, and then this it seemed to be, I went really light with one of the castings, and that's the only one I can see my reflection like really clearly in. All the other ones, they came out really clear. I can see my reflection in it, but not nearly as clear as the one I went really light with. So I went kind of heavy on that, and I could have went a lot lighter with it. But let's try out these two paints. I'll see you in the spray booth. Hello YouTube, and welcome back to my spray booth. So once I turn this on, it's pretty loud, and probably won't hear me talking, but highly recommend a spray booth like this. It's down in my basement. I have it vented out a window. I can barely smell this paint when I paint it. Before that, I was painting outside, so I don't recommend painting inside without a spray booth. And those are my spray guns. Gonna be using the Porsche Raptor. When I was looking for airbrushes, this one, the company was started in like the 1800s, so they're well over 100-year-old company, and they're made in the USA. And it came with 3 different nozzles and needles, so 3 different sizes. I have the middle size in. I think it's like a 0.35. Bought a cheap $15 one, which worked extremely good. I'm really impressed, especially for 15 bucks. The one that came with it, I've had bad luck with. I've even tried polishing the needle, and this came with my air compressor. So that's my air compressor there. I got the one with the tank. I highly recommend getting one with the tank. It doesn't run constantly. This is my most expensive airbrush I bought, and I highly recommend this. And this is a Krios, Mr. Hobby, or Mr. GS Krios, or I don't know. It's made in Japan, and you can just tell the quality is way superior to the other ones. Has a fan tip on it, so I don't, I think it'd be kind of difficult to paint the mulatto chrome, which is this, without this. Because this has to go on really heavy and even, and this puts it on perfectly heavy and even. And it's also the only gun I use for the clear coat, because it goes on absolutely perfect. And if you're used to a trigger style like I was, then this made switching to an airbrush like very, very easy. Because I've done a lot of automotive painting with nice big guns, never with airbrushes. So I'm going to try not to paint my camera. I'm going to load up the airbrush with this and turn on the paint booth. And we're back. I got the airbrush loaded up. Just blowing it off first. Trying to go really light and even with the first coat. And just barely start seeing it. Not even really showing up on the video yet, but I can definitely see a difference. I'm going to let that dry for a minute. I'm going to put a little bit more paint in my airbrush. Alright, I put more paint in the airbrush and I turned it up some. You can really see that pink starting to come out now. After this coat, we really should. Really difficult doing this on video. Definitely feel like the more coats that go on, the more purple it's looking. So not quite the pink I was looking for. But definitely a really pretty purple. Definitely much more of a purple than a pink. Still a very nice color though. And I think I'm gonna stop there with it after 2 coats. So we'll be right back with the other color. Alright, now I'm gonna load it up with the teal and we're gonna spray a cool combi. I just bought this glass thing for like $1, and then you can get 300 of these disposable things on pipettes on Amazon, shipped to your house for like $8-9 for 300 of them. So don't go buy them at Hobby Lobby or in any store. So what's nice about this all-clad, or not this all-clad, but well, all-clad's the same way, but anything you don't have to mix, you don't have to worry about putting extra in your and wasting any. You can always dump it right back into the bottle, and whenever you take the lid or cap off a bottle, put it right back on. Never set it down with it off. Bad things will happen. Don't ask me how I know. So because you just cleaned out your airbrush, you might have a little paint thinner or something in it. So always spray out a little first. Make sure it's spraying nice and dry. And always blow off the casting too. Make sure there ain't no dust on it. You don't want to paint over no dust. Now let's see how the first coat goes. I always like to spray the back first. Then if something bad happens at the beginning, it's on the back, which is the hardest thing to spray. Alright, seems like this stuff's going on really heavy. I can instantly notice a change. Alright, we're going to let that tack up for a minute. And we're back for the second coat. You can tell that first coat really covered quick. So is this second coat. Candies and clears and stuff, you have to be super consistent with spraying them. If you're not, it will show through. Have a habit of missing the bottom edge, and this looks way darker on video. I think this one really did come out the color I was looking for. That's a couple really super light coats. I only used a little tiny bit of paint too. We painted that. Now to clean it out, I'm just using all-clad airbrush cleaner. It seems to be working perfect. So we'll be back to the bench when these dry. So we got the final result here. So this was supposed to be the splash paint pink, but I think it turned out an amazing purple color. I did not clear coat these yet. If you want to see them finished, clear coated with decals and the detail all done up and everything, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And I think once I clear coat it, it's going to look absolutely amazing. So that's without a clear coat. But the paint went on extremely nice, extremely easy. This was 3 coats, I think. Went on really even and nice. The next one, pretty much a fail. Doesn't look bad on video, but I definitely went 1 coat too many and made it way too dark. It would have looked pretty darn nice if I would have stopped after 2 coats. But this stuff went on super heavy. I mean, 2 coats is all I should have put on. That's 3 coats, and this is splash paint teal, and this is candy series. And this one's set on top, silver or gold base. But then I got a bonus one that I did. And I was looking around and I can't find anything else in their candy line. So this must be it. But this is Candy Apple Red, spelled with a K, high gloss. And this stuff is super, super, super thick. I only used a little teeny tiny bit. And I had to grab a second car because just a little tiny, tiny, tiny bit of this, like one of these drippers, filled up just a little ways, was enough to paint 2 cars. Now I did 3 coats. After 2 coats, it was a beautiful pink color. Even after the first coat was nice and even, and the first coat was, it was a real pretty pink. And then the second coat was even a prettier pink. Nothing like this pink, but it was a real pretty pink. And then the third coat, it turned burgundy. But a really cool, cool shade of burgundy. It's different than a normal burgundy shade. And you can see this paint went on beautifully. Now when I say I only used a little tiny bit, I thinned this probably 70-30. So probably about 30% this and 70% thinner. And I used, I left it out by the spray gun, but I think it's a Mr. Hobby leveling thinner. But it's a big thing, or it might be Tamiya leveling thinner, but it's a big bottle of leveling thinner. And it thinned this perfectly. As you can see, it went on beautifully. So yeah, look, this bottle, I think it's the same size as this, but one's a lot fatter than the other. But I think they're both 30 milliliters. And because you have to thin this so much, it is so thick like syrup. Definitely gonna get your money's worth. I think this is like $7.99, but you're gonna get 3 to 4 times this amount easily. These I did not thin, they're ready to go, which makes it really simple. So I did not thin these, and then if you have any leftovers because you didn't thin it, you can dump it right back in. But doesn't look bad, not the look I was going for though. Not sure if I'm gonna strip this one and redo it. Definitely happy with the purple though, even though it's supposed to be pink. Even if I went lighter with it, I still don't think I would have got pink from that. It was still coming out like a purplish color. Now, it says a gold base, so I could try it over a gold base, see if I get a different result. So hit that subscribe button, and I'll let you know. Well, thanks for watching, and have an awesome day.